After you've spoken to John about stealing ore wagons in Pouring Forth Oil 2, the mission A Fisher of Men becomes active. This mission sees Arthur take Jack on a fishing trip. This is an easy one to add to your trophy list, and the objectives are as follows. 1. After arriving at the river, catch a fish within 1 minute and 30 seconds. And 2. Complete the whole mission within 7 minutes and 20 seconds. If you struggle with fishing, there is one helpful tip I can give you, and that is to go into the control section of the settings menu and scroll down to the very bottom of the list under accessibility. There is an option here to change how your fishing controls work. Change it to hold to reel. This will make it easier to reel the fish once you've caught it. With that said, let's get on with the mission. As you can see, I'm doing this in a regular playthrough where I always save my game first before attempting a mission in case I fail to get the gold medal. However, doing this on a replay has no disadvantages, especially as there's no combat involved. So we start the mission talking to Abigail. Depending on what time of day it is, you will either go straight into finding Jack in camp, or the game will force Arthur to sleep and change it to daytime. The overall timer for the mission starts as soon as the game says "Go to Jack" at the bottom of your screen. The timer does not include any of the cutscenes, so you can happily skip them if you want. You must first locate Jack, who is sitting near the hitching post at the entrance of the camp. A yellow circle will appear on your minimap showing you the direction to walk in. You're prevented from running in camp as always, so just make sure you walk as fast as you can in Jack's direction. When you finally reach Jack, make sure you interact with him to trigger Arthur to talk to Jack and ask him to go fishing with you. I'm going to show you the entire duration of this mission. In the top left corner will be the overall timer, and in the left hand corner will be the timer for the fishing objective when we arrive. I will of course speed through the cutscenes when they occur. I'm not sure if this part of the interaction with Jack is actually included in Rockstar's timer objective, but I leave the timer running here because, as you can see, at the end of the mission I complete it well within time.
Go catch us some fish.
There is nothing you can do to speed up this part, and you will have to be patient and wait for Arthur to help Jack on his horse.
Let's go then.
Once Jack is safe and mounted on the horse, just follow the yellow waypoint marker. You can try to cut corners if you want to try and reduce the time it takes for you to get to the river, and ride as quickly as the game will allow. In fact, if you ride too slow, Jack even tells you to ride faster on the journey.
Well, I don't know about brave. I ain't much of a kid no more. But your mama might disagree. Her and a few other women, I guess.
What do you mean?
I'm just talking silly. Been a tough few weeks up in that snow.
I like the snow.
Yes, but not like that.
When are we going back to the other camp?
The one
If you're travelling fast enough when you get to the yellow circle where you have to dismount, you will likely cut off some of the dialogue as you arrive at the river.
For now, anyway. Why? All right.
Once you've dismounted, this is the time to meet the first objective of catching a fish within 1 minute and 30 seconds. The timer will start as soon as the game tells you to walk to the riverbank to start fishing. As soon as you're back in control of Arthur, run to the water's edge, which is marked by a yellow circle on your minimap. Open your weapon wheel and the game will flash the correct slot where you can find your fishing rod.
First,
Follow the game's directions to add cheese bait to the rod. The game restricts you and you must choose cheese and nothing else. Once you've done this, immediately cast your fishing line out into the water. Try not to cast the fishing line out too far, so that when you catch a fish and start reeling, you don't need to reel for too long. You can see the timer for catching the fish in the top left corner. We need to catch it within 1 minute and 30 seconds. The game is teaching you how to fish, with Arthur basically saying don't hook the fish until the fish takes its second bite at the bait. The game will automatically get a fish to take the second bite as soon as Arthur has completed these instructions to Jack. So be ready to hook the fish using right trigger or R2 as soon as you hear him say yank hard to hook it. As you can see here, because I've changed the settings to hold to reel, all I have to do is continuously hold down the square button to reel the fish in.
Look, Jack, it's a bluegill. It's almost as small as you. We should really throw these smaller ones back. Give them a chance to grow up a bit.
We must now wait until Jack decides to take a break so he can go and make a necklace for Abigail. Continue to fish with Arthur whilst Arthur talks to Jack about fishing.
I'm gonna pick some of those red flowers. I'll be right back.
My advice once Jack goes off to pick the red flowers is to continue to catch at least 2 more fish, as long as you catch them quickly. There is essential dialogue here that must take place before the next cutscene can trigger, so either carry on fishing or wait for the dialogue to play out. If you continue to fish after the essential dialogue plays out, there is a chance you could delay the next part of the mission, which is a cutscene with the Pinkerton agents Milton and Ross.
You gotta stick at things, Jack.
I know.
All right. Let's see what's biting there.
Fishing sure is boring, Uncle Arthur.
I know. Boring as hell. But then, something happens. And you can get food for days.
Really?
If you're lucky. But until then, you just sit and wait. Try not to worry. It's good for you.
It's good for you?
I guess.
Once Arthur has had this conversation with Jack, which ends with the line, "It's good for you," this is the end of the essential dialogue, and the next part will be the cutscene. For me, catching this last fish actually delayed the cutscene from triggering for a few seconds. Therefore, this is a perfect demonstration of where the fishing will get in the way, so it may be better for you to catch only 2 fish whilst this essential dialogue plays out.
Hey, look at this.
And what?
This necklace
Once you
I
enter the
made.
cutscene, the timer will be put on hold until you're back on your horse with Jack.
Fine young man.
Let's fast forward now to the
In
ride back to
such
camp.
complex circumstances.
When back in control of Arthur, quickly mount your horse and
Getting
wait for
late,
Jack.
Your mother would be worried. Let's head back.
The timer will not start again until the game directs you to head back to Horseshoe Overlook.
Why did
You can
lie
mainly
about
stick
where
to the
Uncle
waypoint
Dutch
marker
is?
on your mini-map for the ride back, but as you can see, I try to cut some corners when I get nearer to the camp to shave off a few more seconds from the timer.
What did they mean about Mac? Is he in jail?
No, I don't think so. I hope he's just fine where he is. Like I said, don't
This is the
worry
main
about
shortcut you can take as you approach the camp, where you go straight on towards the end point instead of following the marker.
To protect you. Folk like them. Now, how about that necklace you made? You still got it, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Did you like fishing?
It was okay, I think. It's a lot of waiting around.
It is.
Once you reach the hitching post, the overall timer finishes and you will then trigger the final cutscene.
We just need to stay.
As always, I will show you the final completion of the mission so you can see me achieve the gold mission for this trophy. I hope you found this helpful. Please do let me know in the comments section if you have any other helpful advice for others that I haven't included here. A link to the playlist for all my gold medal trophy guides are in the description.